What's going on, everybody? This is your third stimulus check package update, the $1,400 stimulus check update, the $300 per week unemployment extension update, the unemployment extension update, the child tax credit update, the rental assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance, and much, much more update. So today was originally going to be the day in which the House of Representatives passed the bill and it would be sent to Joe Biden's desk for signature, but that didn't happen, at least not yet. There's a little bit of a delay. And not only that, there's a little bit more excitement to it than there probably should be. We're going to talk about all that in today's update. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome to the Late Night Grind. This is a pretty much brand new YouTube channel that I just started a couple of months ago, covering these stimulus package updates and these stimulus check updates because it's of real interest to myself and my family. So if you are new to the channel, I would just ask that you would click that subscribe button and join the Late Night Grind community. It's a very active and growing community. You can see in the comments of these videos, as well as on the community tab. And also click that bell notification icon. That way, when you do that, you'll be notified when I release a new video. Of course, I do that when I get some brand new information. And I always say a big thank you to my current subscribers that do this, but they've been doing such a phenomenal job of smashing that thumbs up button because it really helps out with the channel growth. Basically helps out with the YouTube algorithm. It's basically a piece of information that YouTube sees and says, hey, we got to show this video to other audiences. And that's what really helps channels grow. So if you do that, I greatly appreciate it. All right, well, let's get into this. Yesterday, I made a video and basically said that the vote that was supposed to be today on Tuesday is actually getting delayed. Now, it still may happen later tonight, Tuesday night, if you're watching this video today, but most likely it's not going to happen until Wednesday. It was basically just shifted, moved over one day. They'll have that vote on Wednesday, and when they do that, they'll send it to Joe Biden for signature. Of course, he's going to sign it. This has been his bill from the get-go, so once it reaches his desk, it is a done deal. There's actually a little more excitement around if this is actually going to reach his desk. Now, from what I've been reading and seeing on some of the news interviews and news channels, there's actually a bunch of progressive Democrats in the House of Representatives that are giving Joe Biden kind of a run for his money. They are not happy that the $15 an hour minimum wage hike was actually stripped out of the bill when it went through the Senate. Now, there's really nothing much they can do about it. The only way that they could actually get this put in the bill would be to A, vote against it and reject it, send it back to the Senate, and then what they would have to do is go through a process that would allow Kamala Harris and the Senate to overturn the parliamentarian, overrule her, and get it put back in the bill. But here's the thing. Even Joe Biden has said he's not going to put it in the bill and overrule the parliamentarian. He just wants to get this through basically as quick as possible as it stands. Many other Democrat senators, even the ones that voted against it, are saying, we can do this in another bill, we can do this at another time. During a pandemic, trying to recover from a pandemic is just not the right time. So this was taken out, passed by the Senate, sent to the House of Representatives. Some of those progressives sent a letter to Joe Biden, and it was actually supported by 22 Democrats in the House of Representatives, several of which said they don't even know if they want to vote to pass this bill. I don't know about you, but I think that adds way too much excitement to something that this should have been a boring rubber stamp process in which they said, oh, the Senate passed it, okay, House of Representatives, you guys got to pass it now, we're going to hand it over to Joe for a signature. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm really, really curious to see what's going to happen during that vote, to see if any of these progressive senators vote against it, because here's the thing. They can't have more than 5 no's vote against it, or else it would be a tie and the bill wouldn't pass. It would then have to be sent back to the Senate and get re-amended, take days, weeks, who knows how long, especially if they're fighting over issues like the $15 an hour minimum wage that have been rejected by the Senate, that have been rejected by the parliamentarian, and that Joe Biden said he's okay with not including in the bill right now. If the progressives in the House actually do that, they're going to make a lot of people really, really mad, including many people in their own party. This has been a crazy story in the last couple of days since I started reading it, and if you're a progressive, sure, you need to stand up for what you believe in, but when you're holding back so much more of actually what you believe in too, it kind of just doesn't make sense to me, especially since increasing costs on small businesses right now is not a good thing to do when you're trying to recover from a pandemic. And if you want to get reelected, that's going to be on your resume. As it stands right now, I think personally it'll still go through. I think some of that's just kind of political theater, kind of posturing by the progressives, essentially just kind of showing how serious they are about this, that they would threaten to hold up this stimulus bill that their entire party's been fighting tooth and nail and working almost 24 hours a day to get this through. But once it does go through, it's only going to be a matter of a couple of days before the $1,400 stimulus checks begin to go out. Now, from what I read, mainly the only thing Democrats are really concerned with is getting Joe Biden to sign this by Sunday at the latest, because that's when some of these unemployment benefits actually run out, which specifically it's the unemployment insurance, that $300 per week boost that is currently in effect, where millions, I believe 12 to 14 million people would actually lose that benefit once that lapses. So they're just trying to get Joe Biden's signature by then. And if you have a 401k or any kind of investment account and you look at the markets on any kind of regular basis, you can see that they're excited. The markets follow the news of this stimulus plan, because all of these trillions of dollars, most of which, not all, but most of which will be going back into the economy, back into the American citizens' pockets to pay bills, to begin paying their bills that they've not been for the past couple of months. That's going to stimulate the market. The other day, I actually saw a poll, especially people on the younger side plan on spending up to half of this stimulus check on putting it into an investment account or putting it into stocks or the markets in general, to attempt to grow it. And I actually made a video on what that could possibly do over the long term. So I'll link that video up here. You can click on that and go see basically what the long term would be if you would actually take the stimulus check and maybe just add a little bit to it each month, and what can happen over 10, 20, 30 years, and grow that money into an account that, you know, you can feel really good, sleep a little bit better at night knowing you have that growing. It's a nice asset. It's something that can really help give you peace of mind. So as this continues to go through the process, and once it gets passed, which I personally believe it will, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff in this bill that we haven't even covered. Now, most of the time when we're making videos, it typically covers stimulus checks because obviously that affects everybody. It's the most interesting topic to people. It's the most searched topic. That's why you see all kinds of YouTubers making videos about it, because literally tens of millions of people are searching for this information. It also we've also covered the unemployment boost, child tax credits, because, well, there's a lot of people that have kids, and things like rental assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance. And there's a whole bunch of things that have been written into this bill that we didn't really cover in real great detail, because it was more about the logistics of what Washington is doing, what Congress is doing, who is for and who is against what certain things, what are the likelihood of this stimulus bill actually going through. But once this passes, we're going to actually open it up and dig in a little bit more and get into some of those nitty-gritty details for things that you can actually get money for and get assistance for that we probably didn't even cover in a lot of these videos. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll see a notification when I release a video, and we're going to get into a lot of these topics once this bill actually passes. And not only that, we're going to start getting into this fourth stimulus plan. Right now, they are calling it, Joe Biden's calling it his infrastructure plan, or the Build Back Better plan. This has been in talks basically since his inauguration. Obviously, they wanted to get this stimulus package done, and it was a much bigger fight than they thought it would be, but it looks like they're getting it done. After that, this Build Back Better plan, this infrastructure plan, who knows what it could evolve into. And judging by the fight and how difficult it was to get this third stimulus plan through, we could be talking about this fourth stimulus plan for a while and what it could include. There's a whole group of up to 50 Democratic lawmakers that urged Joe Biden during this third stimulus bill that they want monthly stimulus checks included. Didn't happen in this one, but they're pushing to get that in the next one. And not only that, we're probably going to see a whole bunch of stuff in the next one that was not introduced at all during this third stimulus check packages. All kinds of, probably most likely going to be things like tax credits for certain green initiatives, for things like solar, electric cars, all kinds of things like that you're going to start to see billions and billions of dollars being funneled into, because that's what the new progressives, the new Democrats, want to filter their efforts into. So as the time it comes closer to the House of Representatives doing this vote, whether it's tonight or tomorrow morning, I will be sure to make a video on it as soon as it goes through. So if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button, tap the bell notification icon. And if you want to see the last stimulus video I just uploaded, go ahead and click over here. And if you want to see that video that I was talking about where investing your stimulus check, what that could look like over the long period of time, go ahead and click on this video right over here. It'll walk you through it. It's a really in-depth video, and I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next video.